Welcome to Stop Dieting and Start Living podcast. I am your coach, Natalia Rodriguez, and I will be guiding you to get in the best shape of your life for the rest of your life by combining my coaching experience with the psychology behind the human eating behaviors and some simple brain science. Get ready to be coached by me. Hello guys, and thank you for being here in another week episode. I love recording podcasts and it is great that they get to help some of you. So remember, if you ever felt identified with any of the information I tell you here, please don't be a stranger. Send me an email or message me on Instagram. All my information, you can find it on the episode notes. Don't be a stranger. Today, I will be talking about habits. I've heard this word many times. People talk about this all the time and their importance, but I never got to understand what they were and how they show up in my daily life. I don't know about you, and especially how you can actually get any benefit from them, and if so, how you can control them or build them or delete them. So that is why today I will try to explain the power of habits, why they matter, and how they can help you to accomplish your real weight loss transformation without even noticing it. Okay, at the beginning won't be like that, but I promise you that after it will be rewarding, and I will explain you in more detail why. To start with, me, you, everyone, we all have already habits. Helpful or not, we all have already habits and we all do things automatically without even having to think about it. Like if you want to drink coffee and you see the coffee cup, well, you are instantly sipping on it, right? You're not thinking about moving your arm, pick up the cup, twist it a little bit, 90 degrees or 45 degrees and put it on your mouth. So you dismiss all that and you just find yourself sipping on the coffee and thinking about how good it tastes or how much you need it. So this happened because you already have a habit. As humans, we have already 6,000 thoughts in a day. Imagine, that's a lot of thoughts going on. And honestly, you don't want to have to deal with all of them, right? Like, you already have things you want to take care of during your day. Imagine now having to sort out all those 6,000 thoughts as well. So this is why your brain creates routines and habits according to your previous choices, actions, likes, preferences. So you never have to do it again. So your brain learns from whatever you choose to do with a certain thought and in a certain time in your life, or like when you were a baby, for example. This is a bit unknown, but science says that the level of emotion caused by the action or feeling, this will be stored in your brain. Like, for example, let me explain you. If you have an accident in a car, you may be afraid of being on a car for a while because you had such a big emotion that your brain thinks that that's dangerous, okay? So it's like when you were learning to swim, and if you have an accident as well swimming, you may be scared of water when you are an adult. So you didn't have to go through many car accidents to start feeling fear, right? So because the emotion was so high, you learn, or your brain learned that was dangerous. But you can relearn, right? So that's the beauty of this. That's what I wanted to bring you up. So as bad experiences, also good experiences can be stored like this. So our brain can learn from the level of emotion, right? But we also can learn by repetition. So this is when habits happen. So we have like different types of learning, for say it that way. One important thing here is to notice that most of the habits are learned by repetition. Just a few cases are like I explained before that can be learned doing just once. So remember, there is an emotion that plays a big role, very different than when you're learning to ride a bike, that you need to really practice and practice and practice. So when you get the habit, this habit will also be triggered by a trigger. And what are triggers? Triggers is like something you think or feel before you do the action. So there is always cues that activate the habits. Before going to bed, you always brush your teeth. So that's a cue. You going to bed, you brush your teeth. So that's a habit. You do it Doesn't matter if it's raining, sunny, hungry, or whatever is happening in your life. You will always brush your teeth before to bed. So that's your trigger, going to bed. So things that we see or think will create triggers that are followed by an action. This is beautiful because those that we have already were created without actually thinking about it. But if we want to, we could be intentional about this. That's the coolest part of this. So many things or many people may think that they have habits and those habits define them. Like, oh, I'm not a runner. Oh, I love overeating. That's my thing. Or, this is habits. These are simple habits, and habits don't define us. Why? Because we can learn them as we can unlearn them. So the reality is that we are what we want to do, like the fear of swimming. If you really want to change that, and I've heard it from someone with a lot of work, hard effort, you are able to overcome this fear. So this means habits can be changed, either for good or for bad. A helpful habit can be brushing your teeth every day. A not so helpful one is eating your emotions. So when you start a new habit, you use your willpower to do something new and unnatural. So it will be super uncomfortable. But once it's created, it will feel natural and easy. Like working out for me, for example. Now, not even in my crappiest days, I skip it. So unless I'm sick, I will skip it. But I don't even remember the last time I got sick. So now, this habit brings me joy and happiness because when I have to move furniture, lift heavy bags, or actually living my life without pain, those are the things that are not so sexy to think about when you're working out or when you have to work out. But they don't motivate me, no. But it's cool to know that my life, it's been better and I have more quality of life because of it. So I appreciate that now. So we are painfully aware of the result of the habits, but not to the habit itself. So workout sucks, but if you don't work out, you may wake up one day having 80 years old with a lot of pain in your body and regretting that you never ever work out. So that, my friend, is the power of habit. And the reason why we want to build helpful habits is so you don't have to think about it and debate if it's the right thing to do or not. That's why I work out. It doesn't matter. I just do it. I don't think about, should I do it? Should I not do it? Oh, I do it tomorrow. Oh, no. I don't debate these things anymore. It is important to know that eating is not as exercise. Our eating habits are even more deep in ourselves. So it will take you, if you want to change your eating habits, it will take you a little bit more time than you expected. But it doesn't matter because at the end it will be rewarded. Imagine if you are around 40, 50 years old, you still have half of your life to live. How cool it will be at least living another 40 years without having to think about losing weight, the scale, the diet, the bread makes me fat, no guilt, nothing. And with the rocking body that you will love every single day of your life from that moment. So how long it takes to build a habit? Well, some people will say 21 days, others 3 weeks. And the truth is, it depends. It depends on the habit, on the person, in the consistency, in the learning. Like, for example, some babies learn to walk when they are 6-7 months, others a year. So the best way is to be patient and practice. Some examples of the most common eating habits can be eating popcorn at the movies automatically, reward yourself with satisfying and pleasurable foods, and keeping eating until you stuff yourself, or eating while scrolling on your phone or while working when you don't even realize the taste of food. Many people eat emotionally even on happy days, even if it is positive. And in our lives, we will have many experiences. And if we eat out of our emotions, we will always struggle with weight problems. This is why one of the first things we can do to start changing a habit is to create awareness. So when you eat, the idea is that you become aware of when you do it, why you do it, how you feel before, how you feel during, and how you feel after eating. There are some guidelines created for this that comes from the habits that naturally slim people do. I interviewed Lisa a few weeks back and we discussed about her habits. Check my latest episode if you are interested. One thing you should be aware of is that when building habits, trying to make many at the same time don't work. That is why also diets fail, because they try to change your whole life at once. And your brain is very clever, and he will try to sabotage your progress. That is why you need to try one little habit at a time. So some of the habits that you can start practicing slowly are creating an eating routine without snacking, eating 3-4 times a day, or aiming to eat on a plate, sitting at a table without distraction, or checking your hunger levels and fullness levels with the hunger scale I have for you to get to know your hunger. Delaying the hunger and feeling comfortable with it, or drinking more water, or finding exercises you enjoy, scheduling 3-4 times a week, including more protein and vegetables into your diet. So these are a few of the habits you can practice, but bear in mind that the order to learn them matters. Let's say you eat vegetables and a lot of protein, but if you still eat emotionally, that doesn't serve you, and you will be ruining consistently all the trying to eat the right or helpful foods, because you will never get to lose weight, because you're eating more than your body needs, because you're eating when you're not hungry. And there are more habits, but if you try all of these at once, you will fail just by trying. I highly recommend you to have some accountability and someone with experience that can guide you to overcome the struggles, because there is a lot of uncomfort when trying to do this, especially if you're used to eat in front of the TV, or like me that you used to eat in front of the fridge, or overeat at night, or have problems to eat without distractions. Your brain will try to hack you and make you believe that it is okay to have one more bite, that it is okay to skip the workout, that it is fine to have fun tonight and eat and drink anything you want, and you end up doing this every single day. But so if the next day you're feeling bad about yourself, that you are not able to do what you planned and wanted to do, it is possible that you're trying to change too many things at the same time. The line where your brain will try to sabotage you is very fine. So knowing how much you can handle is crucial and becomes easier when you work with an expert that will save you a lot of trouble, pain, and time. So get really clear with yourself. If you eat when not hungry, you will pick up weight and will start feeling the clothes tighter. So you know that this will happen when you have eating habits that are not helpful. Identify the negative side of your current eating habits. What are you gaining out of them when you eat when not hungry? Make a list of them. Like, you will gain weight, obviously. You will have low confidence. Your self-esteem will be affected. For example, you will feel less competent and so on. So it is not just about eating, but how the way you are eating is making you feel. And also, you want to think, when you take care of yourself, how that feels. This is your homework for this week. Identify what are the eating habits you want to change and start small. That is why I joined my mentor, Leslie Hooper group, where I'm learning the importance of working on one habit at a time. And all the findings and realizations I am starting to be aware of. So once I find and work on the real reason why I am eating, I can move on into what I should be eating, not the other way around, like the diet mentality I used to have. I wish you an amazing week. And if you have any doubts or want to work in these as well, send me an email or a message. All my details are in the episode notes, and I am more than happy to guide you and be accountable for you. I believe in you. Thank you for listening, and I hope you liked this episode. And if you did, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That will support my cause, that is to impact as many of you to stop dieting and start living. For more information, you find the link in the episode notes. I am also very active on Instagram, where you will find tons of information. Have a great one. Lots of love. Your coach, Na.